So yeah, that wasn't a zombie. Sorry everybody, I jumped the gun there a little. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is Spoopy October Month, and we are starting a brand new project. Nick, I am pretty excited for this one.
I really thought it was a sentient bag of potatoes.
Not too far from the truth.
Huh.
So, this obviously is the remake of the first Resident Evil, a game very near and dear to my heart. This kind of started my infatuation with survival horror back in the day. Not the remake, but the original Resident Evil. I played it with Max, and
Whoa! When does it do the thing where it says Resident Evil?
oh, you'll see. So let's see
okay,
here.
good.
Fortunately, it's already got my settings saved. I'm one of those weird people that actually prefers the tank controls. So yeah, that's good to have here. Type B. Brightness I'm going to crank up just because we've historically had issues with my recordings coming in super dark. So I'm going to bring us up to like 65 here just for the hell of it. Audio here, let's make sure that we can hear the music relatively well. The sound effects. There's not a voice option though, so let's just crank them both to 100 and just go for it. Language, good, we're good. All right. So, Nick, this is kind of a special occasion. This is a first for you, right? You've never seen the original Resident Evil.
I am excited. No, I own this very game. I've never played the first Resident Evil or its remake, so I thought it would be cool to see it in the hands of a
There's the Resident Evil for you.
Darn it. Oh, well. I'll catch you at the opening of episode 2.
Nice. Guess they were just going to take us through all this anyways. Question, Nick. How do you like your games? Like climbing a mountain? Like going on a hike? Or like taking a walk?
They all sound like roughly the same thing. Which one is hard mode and which one's easy?
So I'm guessing one is hard mode. So let's not belabor this. Let's go on a nice kind of leisurely walk.
Yeah. When in doubt, go with the even number.
Okay,
it's the theory of Hideo Kojima games are the opposite. Always go with the odd number.
So for the first two Resident Evil games, you had this great thing which really wasn't done before. Yeah, right. In video games, which is that you could select between two protagonists, and you really did get quite different stories. I mean, you had similar environments, obviously, but you had the option to see the game through a completely different point of view, and things can be quite different. I like Jill as well, so I'm glad you picked her. But now the question is, do we want original Jill or do we want badass cop Jill? I guess.
Oh, really? Because I was like baseball coach mom Jill. Yeah, let's go with the original.
Let's go original. Okay, we're doing this as a pretty classic run then here.
Oh, name. I thought it said meme.
Meme. Jill Valentine.
Select your meme. Meme fighter.
So on the original PS1, you might have like seen stuff about this. This game had like one of the chintziest but like most classic intros ever. And it had like this like character profile with live actors and the voice acting that was just an abomination. I mean, this isn't the best, but it's serviceable compared to the original.
Voice acting has come a long way in the last 15 years.
Yeah, it really has. But if you haven't already seen it, like Google like Resident Evil 1 voice acting, because you're going to get some real gems. Let's put it that way.
Victims were apparently eaten.
Now, that was delivered with even more dramatic tension in the original. Victims were apparently eaten.
Strangely enough, I heard deliberately eaten.
Deliberately. That might just be the volume. That's okay. Oh, Joseph. Joseph is like the poorest sucker in this entire game. It's not even a spoiler. This guy just gets... Yep, Joseph fucked. That's what the F stands for. He's kind of just like the guy that gets sacrificed to introduce you to the fact that there are zombies in this game. There's Wesker looking all badass, wearing his sunglasses.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, right. Wearing his sunglasses in the middle of a pitch black forest.
It could be worse. He could have them upside down around the back of his head.
You know, without the dramatic character intros, they needed a way to establish that this is the badass of the group.
Yeah, it's true.
All joking aside, like chintziness and like kind of cliched plot beats aside, this really is one of my absolute favorite games of all time.
It's easy to make fun of it, but go back and think. I mean,
yeah.
there really wasn't anything like this released previously.
No, you had Alone in the Dark, which kind of set the tone for all survival horror games to come. But Resident Evil and its sequel, to a greater degree, really fleshed out like what defined. Yeah, the poor Joseph.
Oh, he's just not dying. Now he's dead.
Nope,
No,
he's
he's
still
not.
kicking. He's still Joseph. Will somebody help me, for God's sake, please? I'm in so much pain. But no, this really set the tone for like survival horror for the next 20 years. And
Oh yeah, goodness. I mean, what, 20 years ago, this probably would have been quite frightening.
yeah, and I mean, you know, it kind of had that schlocky 80s horror movie feel, but at the same time, it had like the atmosphere of the first two games is really what sells them. Even if like it's kind of this classic Capcom like not taking itself too seriously environment, the actual atmosphere of the mansion, and particularly in the remake, like they made this way more intimidating than it was in the original. Oh, this is great. Boom. Chris, this way. I hope you appreciate this as much as I do.
How
Wouldn't it
many
be
dogs
great?
are chasing them? However many the plot calls for.
Wouldn't it be horrible if they, instead of like a horror mansion, they had just stumbled in for like some shelter for abused animals? You're the real monster.
They can never just like run into a police station and be like, "Yeah, we'll totally take care of this."
Right.
And then they did.
Enter the survival horde.
Isn't this the way Robinson Crusoe ended? They're getting chased by dogs and had to murder them all.
And myself.
That's exactly how that went down.
Okay, so I take it Chris is somewhere else in the mansion?
Yeah, so whichever character you don't pick, they go missing for like 90% of the game.
Sure.
Hey, Whisker, where's Chris?
Never mind like how Chris survived that encounter, but
Don't want to go back out there.
you don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
It was a gun.
Jill?
So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of making fun of this game, but like I said, it's all in good humor because this is just great.
All right.
I mean, I hear the music, but all I hear is the theme to Luigi's Mansion.
Stay sharp.
Oh, that's great.
Which I really feel was... I feel like it was a game that Nintendo was working on and then just kind of reskinned it by throwing Luigi into it. Did you ever get that feel playing Luigi's Mansion?
I did, you know, like
Like
we
it
were
was
going
meant
for
to be something else?
Yeah, right. I mean, it was certainly like kind of a tech demo for what the GameCube was capable of back in the day. But yeah, I feel like Luigi was just kind of thrown in there. And you know, when you think about
Kind
it,
of
too,
like Star Fox Dinosaur Adventures, right?
right? Yeah. When you look at it too, though, it's important to remember that this is a GameCube game. That we're seeing right here, and the visuals hold up incredibly well. I mean,
wait. Did this game come out originally on the PlayStation or the GameCube first?
Okay, so the original version came out on the PlayStation, but this
Okay.
remake came out on the GameCube.
Really?
Yep.
The remake came out on the GameCube.
Yeah. So this is what we're seeing right here is a GameCube remake of a PlayStation game.
They were doing remakes back then, huh?
Yeah, but you know the Resident Evil
Did
series.
he just lick that?
Yeah, he did. Huh? It's
No,
shit.
he sniffed it.
No, he licked that shit.
I'll be examined.
That's in his mouth. He's gonna keep working on it while we're gone too.
I need to find some fries, preferably a Ritas crinkle cut.
I think I saw a Whataburger on the way in here, and she's stopping. But yeah, the visuals hold up really nice. Now, Capcom did add an extra layer of polish for the PS4 version. The lighting is better. The environments obviously were not in 16:9 widescreen in the GameCube version.
Ooh, the texturing on that glass.
I know it's a beautiful game. It is really well done. So this really holds up nicely, considering it's a 10-year-old port of a 20-year-old game. So now
Did you dogs stop eating each other for like 5 minutes? I don't want a bunch of dog breathing on my mic.
I was gonna say, we talking about Resident Evil or your actual dogs?
A little bit of both. Bad timing on my part. Rex and Duncan are over here fighting each other.
So this is a classic scene here. The very first zombie. Only 5-10 minutes in here. Oh boy. But yeah, you're right. For you know, mid 90s graphics being what they were, this was freaking intense.
Oh yeah.
And even more so on the GameCube, which really fleshed out the visual
Now,
flair of
the
this.
doors were loading screens, right?
Correct.
Look out! It's a monster!
Now, check out this fucking zombie. Bear in mind, Barry's holding one of the most powerful guns in the entire game. He's just fucking tanking it. Oh.
What the hell?
Barry immediately licks the blood.
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Sorry, Kenneth.
Who is Kenneth?
The guy whose head we just saw get chopped off. Yoink. Now, I should remember most of the beats of this game fairly well. There may be like 1 or 2 parts where we have to do a little exploring.
So it's not going to be like a Jacksepticeye stream where you're overreacting to everything constantly, right?
You bet it is. But that's all besides the point. But in any case, this shouldn't take us over long. I mean, it'll be longer than Bloodstained, but not by much.
Wesker!
Which was a fantastic little game.
Yeah, I'm so glad we
Help me look for him.
kicked things off with that.
Good idea.
Okay, so now we go on the hunt for Wesker here. Hey, Nick, check this out. Maybe he went out. Oh, there's a scene you can get where the dog like tries to poke its head through the door, and you can just like slam it shut on him. Now, another great thing about this game is even though it is fairly faithful to the original on the PlayStation in terms of overall structure, they actually added quite a bit. Like, there's this whole courtyard area right behind the grand staircase that wasn't there before. That little dungeon that you just saw me pass by, that wasn't in the original either. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that they added to really flesh it out, and it works wonderfully.
Now, are these pre-rendered backgrounds?
Okay,
Yes.
I'll try the door on the other side.
Okay.
Which I really like. I mean, I'm a big fan
I've never
of
had a
pre-rendered
problem with them.
Me neither. I think if they're done really well, like in this game, they can actually add a lot to the overall experience. Because, I mean, if you can really flesh out HD pre-rendered backgrounds, then you get like a level of detail that even by today's standards is pretty well impossible to get.
Got it?
Okay.
I mean, you can make them look really convincing too, like we see here.
Did I just miss the Master of Unlocking?
Yes,
What?
you did.
Yeah.
Okay, now
I
check
feel
this
like-
out.
I feel like I should have made a bigger deal of that. I'm
I
sorry.
wonder if the dogs are still out there. Oh, shit. Oh, wait, close the door.
Why
What
am I
are you
not
doing?
closing the door?
What are you doing? God damn it. Okay, so in the original, it just poked its head in and you slammed the door shut. My bad.
And in the remake, it just eats your ammo.
Well, it ate a chunk of my health there, but... Oh, well. Okay, so we got the emblem, we got ink ribbons. Shit, it's going to take me forever to remember what buttons are what here. We got the combat knife, which is really only useful for the first, like, 10th of the game. So that'll be something that we put away fairly quickly. Especially with Jill, you get a lot more weapon options way earlier than in Chris's playthrough. I should really make sure I remember the controls first before I go charging in against zombies here. Okay, so there's a zombie down the hall. The nice thing about this game is the characters aim for you. I mean, with the pre-rendered backgrounds, there's no real way to aim.
So how do you know there's a zombie down the hall?
So now, watch this. Jill's facing this way, right? And here, I'm going to hit the aim button. She automatically goes for the zombie.
Oh,
So
I
if there's an
see.
enemy in the room, she will aim at it of her own volition. So here's Kenneth. Here, he picture decorates the wall. That's not what I wanted to check at all. Corpse of your comrade Kenneth. Looks like he's holding something.
So wait, when did Kenneth die? Was he the one eaten by the dogs?
No, he was the one just eaten by that first zombie.
Oh, okay. All right.
Alrighty.
Speaking of getting eaten by the dogs, I've got both dogs gnawing on my hands.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's kind of hilarious.
I feel you, man. I feel you, Joseph F.
Yeah, sorry, Joseph F. Now, the other thing that this game added that the original didn't have is that the zombies that you kill, if you leave them too long...
I was just going to ask.
Yeah, if you kill them and then leave them, without either crushing the head if you get lucky, or
What do you mean crushing the head if you get lucky?
so they can grab onto your foot, and sometimes you can do this move that just crushes their head. But the other way to dispose of them is burning the corpses. And if you don't do one of those two things, they will come back as scarlet zombies, which are way fucking worse. They're like super. Think like Night of the Living Dead 1950 something zombies versus like the Walking Dead zombies. And that's kind of your point of comparison.
The Walking Dead zombies that seem to fluctuate between entirely incompetent and silent murder machines.
Right. So this zombie lying on the ground here, no matter what, he is your first exposure to the scarlet zombies. And it won't happen for a little bit here, but he will automatically be the first one that comes back and just freaking wrecks your day. So now, once you combine 3 herbs, you get a full heal. So I've got a full heal and a partial heal, which is kind of where we want to be at right now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the teeny tiny inventory of these games.
Yes, which really adds to the dramatic tension of it. Let's see here. Where are you, guy? Okay, so notice how in the mirror he's standing right there.
Yep.
Now, it used to be that I could freaking juke every zombie in this game. And I still kind of can. I'm not great at it, but...
You'll need to explain to me what juke means.
Oh, just not spend ammo and dodge them.
Ah, I gotcha.
Oh, look, it's just an arrow. The arrowhead looks like it can be removed. We got the arrowhead. Well done. Got some more ammo here. So basically,
what indicates that there's an item to pick up?
You'll just see it glowing.
Oh, okay.
Or sometimes it's just kind of obvious against the backgrounds. You
Click
just,
on everything. RPG rules.
Yeah, you just kind of train yourself to look for it.
Oh, yeah, I totally get how this is atmospheric.
Yeah, isn't it great? I mean, even for a game of its era, it holds up shockingly well. Where are you? Okay, he's on the other side.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
What do you think are the elements that make for a really good horror game?
Atmosphere, atmosphere, and atmosphere. I mean,
yes.
for me, that's it. I mean,
of course.
And within atmosphere, kind of a subtext of 3 things. Pacing, that is, you shouldn't feel like super powerful really early in the game.
You mean vulnerability?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, you should feel vulnerable at no point except maybe the end should you ever feel like you're master of the environment.
Right, which, I mean, you and I have had this discussion before. That's what keeps...
But not on stream.
Yes, we have.
Really?
I'm going back to Dead Space, which is a great game, but it doesn't rank as one of my all-time favorite survival horrors, simply because I just felt too powerful in that game.
Right. I think another... Oh, you gotta break it, okay.
Yep.
Here's something that always gets me in horror games. Flashlight size. I will never understand why flashlight size is like a pinprick of light in the overall dark. I, for whatever reason, always get immediately turned off on a game when the flashlight is unrealistic.
I can see that, and I feel like that's kind of a more of an issue with older games than newer, because I mean graphics have come such a long way where lighting effects nowadays are really
Oh yeah, but I mean then you have games
dog
like
still
Alan...
fucking down there. Did I really? God
But
damn
then
it.
you've got a game like Alan Wake,
I have
which
to
just
kill
has
that dog.
No excuse.
Come here, doggy.
Oh, there he is.
God damn it. That's such a waste of ammo.
Hey, could you 2 chuckleheads knock it off?
The dogs are like, we saw what you just did, Nick. We judge you. We're judging this playthrough 0 out of 10. Okay. So it's important to check all the doors just so that you can remember on your map which are which. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Really? I thought it gave you like a little emblem or like a...
Are you not? Or maybe you're thinking of Luigi's Mansion?
I could be, which is really
I
stupid.
think you are. It was the same system. I mean, Luigi's Mansion just like straight up a canceled Resident Evil project.
Yeah, that seems right.
No, it really did when you go back and think about it.
I bet you if anyone could do like a really refreshing, legitimate survival horror experience in this day and age, I think Nintendo could pull it off. I really do.
Nintendo, I mean,
Yeah, because
has Nintendo ever really been known for churning out horror games?
No, and that's exactly why they could do it. Because when you think about like the plethora of genres that they encompass, survival horror is about the last one that they haven't really touched, and I bet they could make it work. I mean, it would probably feel kind of weird at first because it's freaking Nintendo.
I don't know. I mean, Nintendo's talent is just kind of hitting that nostalgia button over and over, and then jumping ahead of the other consoles as far as technology goes.
You know, I think their actual skill is just variety. I'm going to call it here. Like, Nintendo is the one developer with their hand in more pies than just about anyone else.
Give me a bit of an example. Because I know there's a lot of cool games coming out on the Switch right now, but that's mostly due to the fact the Switch is playing catch-up over the last 3 to 4 years of falling behind the PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, they basically invented the party game. They have,
true, yeah, that is true.
They have one of the best-in-class racing games with Mario Kart, one of the best-in-class fighters / party games with Smash Brothers. They pioneered platforming. They have a great RPG with, or action RPG rather, or really more adventure RPG with Zelda. A more traditional.
And when they did all those things 15 years ago, that was cool. But I mean, like, what?
Oh, but I'm not even done though. I mean, they turn-based RPG with Fire Emblem, kind of faux survival horror / puzzler with Luigi's Mansion, straight puzzler with Pikmin. Kid Icarus and Metroid, which were kind of old school like side-scrolling shooters, but now nowadays Metroid produces one of the best actual FPSs out there. And hopefully Metroid Prime 4 is as good as the first two / not so much third.
Nintendo hasn't done anything recently, though, to really make me think that would be something in their wheelhouse. I mean, the only really big attempts I've seen them do at horror are, remember, I think, what was it, the Zombie U game that they had on the Wii?
Yeah, and that certainly sucked.
Though it did have that cool feature where if you died, you would have to kill your own zombie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Oh, okay. I'm going to backtrack on that slightly. I do think the GameCube
Puzzle
came
Reset
out with, what was it, Eternal Darkness?
Yeah, but was that a Nintendo game or was that a Capcom game?
That's a good question. I don't think it was a Nintendo game. I think it was a different party.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it was an in-house Nintendo project. Sorry,
in-house development.
Yeah, I had to reset this puzzle here.
Now I'm actually super curious.
What other genres? Oh, Star Fox, the kind of like arcadey flight combat game.
Silicon Knights. No, that was not. It was just on the GameCube.
Yeah. So it was an exclusive, but it was made by someone else.
Yeah, and again, I mean, yeah, Nintendo did a bunch of innovative stuff. But most of those examples are about 15 years old. I mean,
true, but I mean they're still doing it well.
Their big talent lately has been churning out really high-polished versions of stuff you've already seen before.
Yeah,
I mean,
and bear in mind,
was Mario Odyssey incredibly fun? Yes. Was it basically just Mario 64 with more features? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. The way this conversation began, I never said that they were innovating right now. I'm just saying variety. I mean, they have more variety than any other developer.
Okay, and I was coming at it from the perspective precedent. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, right. But what I'm saying is, really, like, as far as genres go, if they wanted to get involved with something survival horror, I mean, it would be kind of a departure from their usual family-friendly look. But at the same time, I think they could do it really well. I mean, they basically picked up Bayonetta and made it a Nintendo property. So it's not like they're going super...
Two things here. Yes, I will tell you this in agreement. When Nintendo really puts their mind to it, I mean, they churn out pure gold.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I won't hold my breath, unfortunately. I don't think we'll ever see I mean, because you could see some really cool stuff they could do with the Switch as far as features go.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a thing for that statue
Damn it.
fell.
I keep hitting triangle to open my inventory. Yeah, there is, but I don't have inventory.
So
for
that
it.
reminds me, I've got a bit of a story here. Do you happen to remember the time that Microsoft thought they bought the rights to Donkey Kong?
Oh, when they acquired Rare?
Yeah, they had bought Rare
I have to take this guy
in this
out.
interview a while back, and someone was stating, yeah, well, we acquired Rare, so we can, I guess we can churn out a Donkey Kong game whenever we want. Oh my.
Fucker, get off. Really? Right now?
So is it dead?
No.
All you did was wake him up.
Fucking take his head off. God damn it. Okay, so now he's finger quotes dead. Or is he? Where's the blood
No.
pool? Nope.
Okay.
He's still going. Look at this fucker. So this is like one of the only zombies that you really... God damn it. Fucking... Okay, this is embarrassing. Okay, now he's finger quotes dead, but I'm gonna have to come back and burn the corpse.
So how long do you have until it reanimates?
Quite a while right now. Wow, I guess I'm using that full heal that I just got. Whatever. Well, I can go back now and get
Hey, it's meant to be used.
Yeah.
Frees up
So
inventory space.
this game is survival horror. You've got to ration your inventory, but at the same time, I mean, the mistake you don't want to make is being too gun shy with using items, because otherwise you'll just find yourself in a situation where you're fucking, wow, that dude took fucking 12 bullets to take down.
Yeah, I was counting. I didn't want to say anything. It was about 2 clips.
That was really bad. Like, that was legitimately bad. Even for having not played this game in quite a while.
Duncan, come here, buddy. I don't trust you on the floor. I saw what you did earlier.
I don't trust you, Nick. We're still building a relationship. This is too much, too fast. Okay. So I don't think I can get
You know
that
what?
yet.
Either Duncan is going to take Rex's voice, or I'm just going to give Rex a new voice.
You can't do that, Nick. We're just going to have to sound the same, and you'll have to figure it out.
I already did that with my sister's dog and the dog that I babysit named Malcolm, and it is very confusing.
Excuses,
He sounds a little bit like George Steinbrenner. Just a little bit more
George
punctuation.
Steinbrenner. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yes, I know about Kenneth. His throat has been torn out. Okay. So now that we have a little bit of the lay of the land here, we can work on getting some keys.
We got to burn Kenneth, don't we?
No, I think Kenneth's okay. Or at least he'll come back as just a run-of-the-mill zombie at first.
So how do zombies work? Is it Walking Dead rules where they eat you, that you become them?
Well, in this game, you just die and it goes to the game over screen, so I don't really know. I assume so, since this whole mansion is full of them. Actually, though, in this game, like, there's an actual root cause of the zombies, which is something called the T-virus.
This seems like a really weird
Or is it the
place
T-virus?
for there to be a zombie outbreak.
Well, yeah, and that kind of actually gets explained as we go along here. Oh, I don't want to be here yet. We'll come back here.
Yeah, I don't want to fight the Spike Shield Knight just yet.
Well, it's just a real simple puzzle. Basically, I need a fake key to put in the slot when I take the real key so that guy doesn't come at me as strong.
Duncan, you can come over here or I will put you in the cage.
Locked from the other side. God damn it, this guy's...
Oh my.
Ah, fuck you. Defensive dagger!
That seemed to work.
Down already? Yeah, but I only had one of those. Okay, you don't see a
Oh.
pool of blood, do you?
I just take it back.
Pool of blood? Pool of
Oh,
blood?
this strikes me as just maddening.
There we go. Okay, so now we have 2 zombies we have to burn. Because otherwise this hallway is going to be filled with crimsons.
I'm assuming we're working towards the lighter right now.
Come again?
I'm assuming we're working towards the lighter right now.
Yeah, we'll get it. Okay, so let's see here.
Hey, total side note. Don't want to get sidetracked here, but bought the new Mario Party a couple days ago.
Oh, nice, for the Switch?
Yes.
I would be really into playing some of that with you online.
Absolutely love it. I mean, like I was just saying about Nintendo, it's nothing new or innovative, but it is what you love about the series. And
Yep.
yeah, this is the first one in a long time that strikes a really good balance between all the different elements you liked about the series.
Yeah. Does it have online multiplayer?
I think yes, I think so. So I mean, if you happen to pick up a copy at some point, we can probably try to do some online. That'd be a fun episode.
That would be freaking uproarious.
You know, a friend of mine was mentioning earlier, why is it that there's like in the world of competitive gaming, you don't turn on ESPN 7 and there's like the competitive world of professional Mario Party players,
Right.
you know? Like I couldn't care less about Overwatch, and if it's, you know, that's your cup of tea, you know,
Yeah.
more power to you. But I mean, wouldn't Mario Party just like I would watch that?
Yeah,
you know?
me too, man. That would be tight.
But I think it's because you know, Mario Party, it's a party game, so therefore it's so much of it is based on luck.
yeah, also very true. Okay, so
But seriously, go ahead.
thinking, I'm thinking maybe we do want to go down that door with the spiky shield.
I just want to see Mario Party treated as overly dramatic as series Poker Tour, where everybody looks like the Unabomber with hoodies and glasses.
Right. Oh, that would be great. Dude, fuck you.
I think that they were actually running the championships for Overwatch on the Disney Channel a few weeks back. That was a weird thing to see.
Really?
I think the Disney Channel also runs Naruto episodes, though highly edited.
Really?
Yeah.
That would
yeah,
be
I
interesting.
remember, because I think they replaced the opening with a Jonas Brothers song.
Nuh-uh.
Look this up. I'm almost positive.
Okay, goddamn. This is really embarrassing. Where the hell is the first key?
That's
Death
okay.
is
It's
everything.
Just
Okay, so
Found
basically
out
we're
free
just getting the lay of the land here. That'll be my excuse.
the lay of the land of the game you've played numerous times.
Yep, multiple times.
No,
front
it's
to
okay.
back.
This is this is my perfect dark run through all over again. Oh, I've done this so many times.
Right. No joke though. I used to speed run this game. Like I actually beat it in like I think it's something ridiculous, like under 2 hours, and you get
Ooh.
an unlimited rocket launcher.
See, I loved when you had to earn stuff like that in games,
I
as
know.
opposed to, you know, hey, slip us $2 and you can
from
partake
the
in
other
Joseph
side.
F's rocket launcher rampage.
Right.
Wesker's rocket rampage.
Wesker's rocket. Locked from the other side. That's starting to feel familiar.
Today on this old house.
Right.
This is getting me more excited for the revamp of Resident Evil 2, by the way.
I know. Did you see the new gameplay trailer for that?
It's looking nice.
It
and
is.
it's what happened is exactly what I thought would happen. Capcom said something along the lines of, "Well, if 2 sells well enough, I guess we'll have to remake 3."
Right.
Music to my ears. 3 is, I think, always going to be my favorites in the series. I just loved the whole idea of Nemesis popping out anywhere.
Really, I liked that one just fine. But like, it kind of showed some of the early signs of the series switching more towards action. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved like the whole Nemesis like constantly stalking you thing. That was cool. I think I just missed something down here.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying the game was a bit of a masterpiece, but boy, I love the hell out of that gimmick.
Oh yeah, it was great. But yeah, here we had in Resident Evil 4 all of a sudden. Yep, duh, Chris.
We were in this room.
Yep. God damn it! I need a storage box.
Oh.
Really, I have to use this damn herb. Whatever. We'll be fine.
Why is your health a seismograph? Like,
That's a good
if
question.
your health gets too low, does it start an earthquake, or
You bet it does.
how's my health? Fine. Is it good? It's fine.
We'll be fine.
It goes right up there with. Oh, do you have to turn the book around in order to find that?
Yes.
Oh, you had to do some of that.
So
You
the
had
first,
to do some of that with Resident Evil 7. That was cool.
yeah. So the first goal of this game is to find the 4 masks, which also was not present in the original Resident Evil, which is kind
And
of
it's
fun.
also the plot to Majora's Mask.
Yeah, right.
So just a reminder, you got 2 zombies you need to crispify.
I do, and I will make that happen here quite shortly. What key was that? God, pay attention, Chris. Sword key. Okay, this is gonna open up quite a few things for us here.
Okay, well, I feel like you pushed the spawn monster button.
Yeah, no, there's a scripted moment where the first crimson comes at you, and at that point, after that, all the other ones can do the same.
I hope you've got your ink ribbon.
Yeah,
Or
right.
your typewriter ribbon, or whatever it's called.
Real excited to get a item box here shortly.
So, for your first Spooktacular October, are we going to be playing Resident Evil 2? No, I'm sorry. Silent Hill 2, perchance?
We could. I mean, we'll be running real close as to how much we can fit into 1 month. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you want
I'm
to
just
take
looking
that
for
on.
an excuse to see Silent Hill 2. I hear it's the best in the series, but I've only played 1.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. So Silent Hill 2 is definitely the standout entry in that franchise. Let's see here. What do we have?
So, when it comes to survival horror, I notice that there's one thing I particularly like above all other things. I love survival horror games
God damn it.
where you're in a house. Like, that's my
Yeah.
favorite motif.
Or like at least a
between-
really claustrophobic environment. Hey, there's the lighter. Okay.
Yeah. Like between this game and Mad Father, which is another indie survival horror game.
Oh, Remothered Tormented Fathers?
No, Mad Father.
I've
Smaller
heard of them.
game. I don't think you'd ever would have heard of this.
So Remothered is while we're on this,
Remothered sounds familiar.
so Remothered started out as being a remake of the original Clock Tower,
Remothered.
and what ended up happening with it is it just got bastardized to the point where it was unrecognizable. There we go. Thank you.
Hey,
Finally,
that's a satisfying kill.
fucking A. All right, we've got a bunch of items to pick up. God.
Boy, that's really irritating me that I can't remember what Remothered was. Like,
Yeah,
just sounds
it's
so familiar.
like from what I've seen of it now, it's like completely forgettable. Or at
Hey,
the very least, I was looking forward to something completely different than what it ended up being.
you could put the Clothman Diamond in there. I bet you won't need that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Clock Tower series, didn't they also turn out that spectacular game? What was it? The Hunting Ground?
Yeah, you actually told me a little bit about that on the PS2, right? It was like
Yes,
a spiritual
I would-
successor.
Yeah,
I never really played
it's like the Hunting Ground is to Clock Tower what Perfect Dark was to GoldenEye.
Ah, I see. Okay, this just walks you through the burning zombie process here.
Yeah, looking at Remothered here, this is a game that was more infamous than famous in my mind.
Yeah, and
It's more famous for what it wasn't.
so if you look up early Remothered footage, it's going to be something completely different than what the ultimate game ended up being. So it's made by this Italian developer, and the dude was super flaky. For the longest time, I thought he was just going to take the money and run, because he kept getting, like, GoFundMe and Kickstarter money, and, he would completely go dark for, like, years at a time with this game. And then, all of a sudden he would come back and show like new footage, and for like the first couple of years it always looked really good. It was a sprite-based horror game, which it's just not done anymore, but like, talk about the super most atmospheric game you can imagine, and that was it. And then like 3 years or so into the project, he announces, it's now going to be restarted from the ground up as a fully 3D game. To meet current demands and expectations, which I'm
sure all the original backers were just thrilled about.
Yeah, right.
It's going third person and it's getting multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
And what are we at time wise?
Let's see here. We are right at about the 40-minute mark, so we'll pick up a few more
cool.
items and start wrapping up. But yeah, so that was kind of like the early signs that there was some trouble, was that he's taking a really classic game and talking about like making it a AAA, like, we gotta make it match like some of the greatest AAA titles that are out there now. It's like, okay, dude, but that's not what this game is. And
that was remothered,
never
right?
was. Yeah, right. And so then he gets this really shitty looking 3D engine. And so already I'm thinking this is not good. And
Unity assets. There we go.
right.
We'll just buy more of those.
Ah, shit. God damn it, I didn't pick up the ladder. Ugh. Okay, so once the initial frustrations get over, I promise I'm good at this game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this reviewed very well. I mean, it's sitting at like a solid C overall.
Yeah, because then what he decided to do was saying like, okay, I've got so many creative ideas, and this is gonna blow every other game that came out before it out of the water, and yeah, and so then he abandoned the idea of it being a Clock Tower remake, or he lost the rights or something. I don't know. And
it came out this year.
Yeah, and then he wrote his own story, and it was like super generic sounding, and yeah, I mean the engine actually wound up looking okay, but yeah, he just. I don't know. It just took it in a weird, wrong.
You weren't
direction.
a fan, huh?
No. Like the more he got his head up his own ass, the less into it I was. And so, fucking here we go. Gosh.
Very positive, mostly positive on Steam. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's still a serviceable game, but it seems quite generic, and
It's not what you were hoping for originally. Kind of like what happened to me in Chasm recently.
Yeah,
kind of what happened to me and the entire internet with Chasm.
Like
it's been 5 years, but it's out.
Yeah,
and it's mediocre.
I was just so about a faithful reimagining of the original Clock Tower that when he just decided to, shit the bed and leave the whole thing, let the whole thing go, I just never got on board with like what he ended up making the project.
I was going to try to buy Christie's copy of The Haunting Grounds for you for your birthday, but
oh, nice.
Turns out she sold that game a long time ago before I even had the idea.
Oh, bummer. That's all right.
And I like you, but I don't love you, so I'm not paying $120 for it on eBay.
It's okay, Nick. I know you show your love in other ways. Okay. So now we're going to go torch those damn zombies.
Which are proud members of the Crimson Guard now.
No, not yet. We're not deep enough in for them to show up as Crimsons.
Is it set by timers or events?
Well, the first one is an event, and then after that they're running on a timer. Or I think it's maybe like you can only enter and exit so many rooms before they go Crimson.
That feels like it'd be easier for the game to track.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one of those games where you finish it and then it's got those ending stats. If you've opened X amount of doors, you took X amount of steps.
Right.
Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and burn or Uncle Fred here.
Really?
How's my health? Fine.
Oh, duh, it's the canteen I have to use. There we go.
Hey, look at that. She's a proud member of TAR.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. So that's one taken care of. The other one's not too far from here, is he?
Remember when John Marston would accidentally walk into fire?
Yeah, I know, right?
He just absolutely goes apeshit.
Oh, dude, we've only got like a week or two until Red Dead 2's out, don't we?
Yeah, this has been a good couple months for games here near the end of the year.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh. Huh. Well, that guy's gone.
Creepy. Let all these birds in.
Who let the birds in?
Hopefully they're not like the
Craw! Craw! Craw!
Oh, they were trying to get his friend out. All right.
Okay. I love that camera angle there, by the way, for the record. I mean, the great thing about pre-order backgrounds is you get really, really dramatic angles. Okay, now.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption's coming out, but Rockstar, for whatever reason, refuses to, take my money by giving it an easy Steam port.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they're still not doing a Steam port. At least,
So you're pretty much exclusively Steam these days. You're not doing anything on the PS4?
I have a PS4, but I gave it to my little sister to play, various JRPGs.
Oh, I got you. So you just don't have access right now.
I have one if I really need it, but I'm not motivated enough to get it back for Red Dead Redemption. I mean, there's been nothing that's really grabbed me and was like, you need to play this.
Right. Okay, I can understand that.
I mean, yeah, Red Dead sounds cool, and maybe when I see you or my buddy Glenn play through it a bit, maybe it'll coax me into it. But right now, it's kind of eh.
I got you.
Though I would love to see an updated Red Dead Redemption, because I really felt that game was ahead of its time with its online multiplayer and all the stuff you could do in it, and how you could interact with the world. So I would love to see what that looks like, after everyone's come up for air from playing Witcher. That
did have a serviceable online mode, didn't it?
It was very fun. Too bad internet sucked back then at DC.
Oh yeah, that was a shame. Red Dead gave us dogfighting, and for that I will be eternally grateful.
I loved, my favorite thing to do was to go into a hotel, walk up to the poker table, have John Marston say, "Deal me in," throw a Molotov cocktail at the table, and see how many police officers you could kill before they finally gunned him down.
Right. Okay, I can see it fucking under there, but... Okay, here we go. There she is. I like how people just leave ammo in the most random places in this mansion.
Are there a finite number of canteens?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks. And that's the only way to burn zombies?
Right. So the trick is balancing ammo preservation as well as burning the ones that need burned.
Oh, you don't have to kill everything in this game. I keep forgetting that.
No, in fact, there are some corridors where it's just encouraged to keep running past them. I mean, we're playing on just normal mode, so it's not going to be...
When was the last time we saved?
Damn it. Doesn't matter, because I don't have the inventory space here. We're fine. I'm worming my way back to that one zombie that we still haven't burned.
Oh, I thought we got both of them.
No, there's another. There were 3, actually.
Oh,
We exploded one's head and then just shot his friend.
That's right. Yep.
But fortunately, that dude is right by the God damn, I need to free up some inventory space here again. All right, let's just do a beeline straight for that room.
Tell me you get a bigger backpack later.
Nope, this is it.
Oh my gosh, 8 items?
Mm-hmm. Now, in Resident Evil 2, you could find a inventory upgrade. Actually, wait, can you in the remake? I'll have to brain check myself here. Let's just see what all these rooms are here, just so I have a good recollection. Oh, hey, the shotgun room. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can find the fake shot, or the broken shotgun, and replace the real one with it, and then you'll just get through that room and nothing goes wrong. However, if you just take this shotgun and run into that next room, the ceiling comes down on you, and it's really intense. But in Jill's playthrough, Barry comes and saves you. In Chris's playthrough, you're dead. But I can take this shotgun right now if I had the inventory space, and Barry would come save me.
It's like the trick in the Baker house in Resident Evil 7.
Right.
Yeah. Have you played through that yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. That was a great game, man.
Oh, terrific.
It completely redeemed Resident Evil for me.
That was such a delightful breath of fresh air.
Especially considering...
Going back to the roots, but yet keeping it modern at the same time.
I know. And not just modern, but brilliantly modern. At the same time, it still felt like a classic Resident Evil. So... Yeah, I've shared this before with you, I'm sure before, which is that for Resident Evil games, 1, 2, and 3 are some of my favorite games of all time. 4, I started to have an issue with the game, even though I liked it. It was too much action for me, and not enough actual scares and puzzle.
Yeah, elements. A lot of people tend to talk about 4 you just get done eating a really delicious ice cream sundae, but then you kind of get these rumblings in your stomach, a precursor to a horrible night ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. And then 5 and 6 were garbage.
Yeah, because they tried to follow Gears of War,
and among other things, it just wasn't good. I mean, even though they played okay, that wasn't the point. There we go. Okay,
Wait,
so now we're all caught up on Crimsons.
You can just get them with the lighter?
No. I use my kerosene there. See?
Oh.
Fuel canteen and then lighter.
I gotcha. Okay, never mind. I missed you picking that up.
No, you're fine. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of bullets, so we're going to put the combat knife away for a little bit. I'm trying to think of what else I don't really need to have in my inventory right now.
Is that right, Dunk the Lunk?
I
Dunk
think
the Lunk.
since we don't have any other dead zombies to worry about, I'm going to put this away for a little bit, and we can always come back for it.
How are we doing on time?
We're going to finish up right now here. We'll do a quick
Okay,
save,
gotcha.
and we'll call that an episode. So, Nick, what are your initial thoughts?
I am enjoying it. Like I said, I've been wanting to play the remake forever, but never got a chance. Thoroughly enjoying this.
Right on. And it's one of those games that, like, the deeper you get in, the more invested you get, and it only becomes better and, like, more intense because they keep ramping up the stressors on you, which is great.
I mean, it's really hard to, like, get into an atmospheric game when you're 30-some...
Let's just enjoy the jiggle physics here. Go ahead.
Why is this in this game?
Why not?
You know what?
It's Capcom.
Whatever I
dude.
was saying, it doesn't matter anymore.
Next time on Play the Hits, ladies and gentlemen.
Play the hits, everyone. The finest in culture.
Giggity giggity. Giggity goo.